Hello everybody! Today I'm doing a toy review on my most recent Godzilla figure and my most recent figure in general. I have had this guy since Sunday, and I'm just uploading this right after I record, so it's Tuesday, in case you're a moron. Sorry. Or in case you're in a different time zone. But, he is the Neca Godzilla Tokyo S.O.S. And this guy is my favorite Neca Godzilla ever. This guy right here, out of all the Necas, the 1954 who's over there, GMK, Heisei, and Shin are the five that I have, including this guy, and he blows all of them out of the water. So, we'll go off with the detail. See, my least favorite part about this is probably the head, just because it looks good and accurate in... My sister experimented on my nails again, I'm sorry. Looks good and accurate from some angles, but not from all angles. And, one thing, the foldy, like, malleable plastic for the neck, that doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. I thought it would be like, oh, that's gonna break the figure for me, they ruined it, but no. It actually gives some good range of articulation without being a pain, and I wouldn't want to swivel his head 360 anyway, and if I wanted to, I can do the head and not the neck. But, like, the hands, big. Everything on this guy is big. He's huge for a Neca Godzilla figure. I'm almost positive it's the biggest one. I don't own the 2019 figures. I don't own a lot of Neca Godzillas, but I'm gonna go off and say I am 100% sure that this is the biggest one, because he is massive. So, you know, let's start off with the size comparison. I know, we're doing it differently today. So here is the big boy. We'll start off with next to the Hasbro Voyager class, or I don't fucking know, but, the Steel Bane. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Venom Carnage. Leave a like if you're... Fuck, my double chin's ugly. Leave a like if you're ready for the Let There Be Carnage movie. I'm hyped as fuck. Here he is next to the Hasbro Spinosaurus from Jurassic World, but he's more on scale with the Mattel Raptors, so I call him, I don't know, fucking Spinoraptor, since it's more to scale. And here he is next to the smallest, I think, Neca Godzilla figure, the GMK, and he is legitimately so small. Like, tail-wise, look at that tail compared to spiddly little shit. This is still my second favorite. He's still really good figure. But this guy just blows him out of the water. It's undeniable that this is one of, if not the best Neca Godzilla figure out there. Speaking of what makes him good, let's get to the spines. I was going to say articulation. I got you there. But the spines are malleable, and I kind of wish they were hard plastic, just so, you know, if there's a break-in, I can just, like, in my house, I could just whack, and just beat the guy to death with a Godzilla figure. That'd be cool. But, articulation. Also, this guy excels in that category. Let me show you. So the bald one at the head is very, very good. Hinge at the jaw is good. However, I'm scared that if you open it, like, with your thumb, for example, like this, you're gonna run the risk of paint chipping. Mine is already chipped a bit. Kind of sad, but it was inevitable. The neck is on a pretty good ball joint. I've seen people 360 it, but I'm scared that I will break the figure. Move to the arms. So here, you have ball joint at the shoulder, a nice, not, super tight Neca hinge at the elbow, a ball joint at the wrist, and a hinge at the fingers. The waist, or the chest, has a ball joint. It's pretty tight, like most Neca figures, but it works. It's more of a swivel than an up and down, but you can get an up and down. Now, just like the SH Monster Arts Kiryu that Jobby reviewed, this is where ball joint heaven ends, or posability heaven ends, because the legs are, they're Neca legs, so they're not that posable. It can move forward and back, quite nice, and can move somewhat in and out, but that's kind of it. The knee, unmovable like every Neca figure, and a ball joint at the foot, which allows for slight up and down, slight side to side swivel, and a barely there pivot. But the tail, best Neca tail out of any Neca Godzilla figure. And might I also add, you know what? I'm gonna get the figure for a comparison. Shin is supposed to have the longest tail out of every Godzilla, right? Well, he also feels fucking tiny in my hands after holding that behemoth. The tail, it looks kind of ugly when you lay it flat like that. I'm jealous. But even Shin is jealous because this guy's tail is longer by a visible amount. It shouldn't be longer than... It feels so weird holding Shin after you're holding that big guy. This guy feels puny. Yeah, Shin, you're small when you're, like, over double his size, like my shoulder. But, the tail, I have to praise it, and let me show you why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tail kind of falls off, but it's inevitable. 8, 9, 10 ball joints at the tail. And also, you bend it, it can hold a beautiful pose. And that's not even bending the base of the tail, which has a lot of bend to it. Now, if you just fucking plug this ball joint, which comes out, so it's loose, but it's fine. I've seen Steven Toy's review of it. It's gonna happen, but it's not a big deal. The tail, I can't praise the tail enough, man. It's so good. So long. Shit, 1 second, let me retry that. So long. So posable. So not stiff. I can't wink in the camera when I'm like this. But figure, should I start doing a rating system? I've rated so many figures, or I've reviewed so many figures, and this guy is just miles above almost all my Godzilla figures. I can safely compare this to my bootleg SH Monster Arts Godzilla, which I'm honestly surprised to say that this figure is that good. If Neca continued with making Godzilla figures and made other designs, they would have sold, I'd say, respectedly, a lot more figures, because this is just so good, and I'm sad they couldn't make more, but I'm still happy they gave us this, because this is my favorite Neca Godzilla, and my second favorite Godzilla figure ever. It is so good, and if you heard my cat sneeze, good for you, you have good headphones. But like the video if you're... I'm not doing this. Like the figure if you think this figure is fucking amazing, because it is. And you can see the box up there. Bye. box is nice. But comment on the video if you have opinions to share, or if you don't think this figure is good, which, if you have this figure and you think that, you are dead fucking wrong. Sorry. Subscribe if you think this figure is a godsend, because if you don't, yet again, you're fucking wrong. And, just do whatever. Share, but that's kind of cringe if you're watching me. First off, thank you, and second off, why? But, you know, do all the good stuff YouTubers tell you to do. I don't know if I will make it to 50 subs soon, but please. I want 50 subs, and my cat's meowing. I gotta go. Ciao, gamers.